All right, you guys, welcome to another Hey Dr. Helene. Thanks so much for tuning in to my channel. Please definitely share this video, subscribe, and comment below and what else you want to see. So this is gonna be the first episode of my series on my YouTube channel called White Coat Chat. So basically, as I explained in a previous YouTube video, that this is just going to be a segment on my channel in which I answer y'all's questions that y'all email me or send to me on Instagram, and I answer them here so that I'm able to not only answer your question, but to also share that information with any other person that may have the same question as you do. Alrighty, so the first question for this new segment. And this is also a question that essentially inspired me to create this segment in the first place. This person says that she doesn't mind if this is anonymous or not, so I will share her name. So the question is from Matcha. Hey, I hope all is well. My name is Matcha, pronounced like Tasha, but with an M. I came across your YouTube video about how to get into medical school. I love your channel. My dream is to be a doctor, and I had that dream since I was 6 years old. I'm struggling to stay afloat. I started college at 17 back in 2017. She went to a university, but due to a financial issue, I went back to my hometown and I sat a semester out. I'm currently in community college. My goal is to transfer to Temple to finish off undergrad with the hopes of getting into a medical school. I pray about this all the time. I had pastors tell me I'm going to be a doctor. I just feel discouraged a little bit. I'm currently 20 and I feel like I'm far behind. With transferring schools and sitting a semester out, not to mention my GPA dropped because school and work took a toll on me. I'm not giving up, I have to work harder. I just need some advice and words of encouragement. I can go to anybody, but I'd rather go to someone who is pursuing the same dream I want. So thank you so much, Matcha, for your question. So your question is pretty loaded. There's a lot of aspects to your question, and so I want to be able to answer them all. And I'll also email this same response to you as well, just so that you have it. So first of all, I want you to know that it is not too late, okay? If becoming a doctor is your dream and that's your goal that you've had since you were 6, you will become a doctor if you put in the work and let God guide your life. I have some classmates who are not 20 and they're actually in their 40s and they're in my same class and on their way to becoming a physician. So it's never too late. My opinion is that no matter how old you think you are or how behind you are, it's never too late to start. So let's go ahead and just take that out of the aspect. No, you're not too late. Secondly, I want you to just start believing in yourself. I want you to, yes, it's okay to feel down. Okay, yeah, you had to take a semester off, you had to work and your GPA dropped, and you know, it's great to recognize all of that, and sometimes it's sad, you know, you feel like, dang, like I had this dream and then it's kind of going off course. But I want you to realize that nobody's journey to becoming a physician, at least for me, is not a straight line. You're going to have bumps in the road, you're going to have times where you fail, where something doesn't go how you planned, but that's just a part of the journey. And honestly, this aspect of your life that's happening right now is going to make you a better physician when that time comes. Because as a physician, you're gonna have to know how to bounce back. You're gonna have to try new things, and then they might fail, but you can't just quit being a doctor. You have to keep going. So I want you to know that all of this is probably just a part of your growth, and it's okay, because there's no set timeline on when to become a doctor or how long this journey is supposed to take. Some people may take longer than others, and that is perfectly okay. So let's go ahead and get that out as well. Okay, 3, you said you're in community college and then you want to transfer to a university where you want to graduate from. That's perfectly fine. I took community college in the summer after my junior year because I just was not trying to be stressed over physics at my university. I just wasn't. So I took it in community college. I got A's in both and then transferred those credits to my university, and it was just fine. It never came up in an interview. It never came up ever. Really, nobody cared. So taking classes at a community college, there is like, we need to stop this like negative stigma of community college. So it is okay. Take some classes at community college, save up some money. The thing about community college, you have to strive to get A's in those courses. I will say, if you get a B or even something lower like a C at a community college course, that will probably be frowned upon. So if you take those classes at community college, you really need to strive to make A's in all of those classes. 4, you said your GPA fell. Okay, you're 20. You're still in the beginning of undergrad. You still have time to bring your GPA up. And if all fails and you're unable to bring your GPA up to at least like a 3.2 and higher, then you can always do graduate school and take a master's program prior to matriculating into medical school. That's also okay. I have a bunch of classmates who did not go straight from college to med school. I think even in my class alone, I think there's like less than 10 of us that did that. And everybody else took gap years, they did a master's program, they studied abroad, they worked as a teacher. They did all these incredible things prior to med school, and that wasn't an issue either. So that's okay if that happens, but we can later discuss that if that's something that you think you need to do. And then lastly, a part of your question, I know you said that being a doctor is something that you have been dreaming of since you were a kid, but also at this time where you're kind of getting back on your feet, getting back into school, you also have to remember that there's other parts of your application of applying to med school. So you also need to get some shadowing experience. So see if you can reach out to a physician, maybe your own physician or a family friend, or just email any physician or go to a doctor's office, whatever you need to do, and shadow a doctor. It can be whatever you're interested in. Shadow a pediatrician, shadow a family medicine doctor, shadow an emergency medicine doctor, whatever. Just get out there and shadow so you can really get a better idea on what it really is like to be a doctor. At least get just a snippet of that kind of experience. Also, you want to do some community service, volunteer, but you want it to be longitudinal. So you don't want to just volunteer at like one event and then, you know, check the box on your application. No, you want it to be something that you constantly volunteered. So for me, I did a lot of work with Bluebonnet Hospice, where I worked with a lot of elderly patients and visited them in their nursing homes. And I did that for like 2 years in undergrad. So you want to do something long like that. Third, you also want to get some leadership experience. So if you're able to join an organization and then serve as like the secretary or the president or the community service chair or anything like that, that also looks good to have leadership positions. And lastly, after you transfer back to an undergrad, definitely get close with your professors there. Definitely build relationships with your professors so that when it comes to applying to med school and it's time to get letters of recommendation, you already have people already in your mind that you want to ask and that they know you well. And I think that was a highlight of my application as well. My letters of recommendation were from people who actually knew me and I had a real relationship with, and I wasn't just another student that they wrote this generic letter for, but that they could actually put specific things. And so how to build those relationships. Just talk to them after class. Go to their office if you have questions. Even if you don't have questions, just go to their office. I remember my genetics professor at Baylor, like sometimes I just go to her office just to say hi, like, and we would have like an hour-long conversation, and she was one of my letter writers. There was another professor like that I was close with too. We would like get lunch sometimes. Another rec letter. Like, these are the kind of rec letters that you want, especially if you may end up having a lower GPA or you may have like something lower on your application. You have all these other things that will boost your application back up. So essentially, that's all I have for you. So thanks so much, Matcha, for your question, and also just for jumpstarting this segment of my YouTube channel. And guys, if you have any other questions, please email them to me or message me on Instagram. I would love to answer those for you. And just comment below if you like this segment, what more you want to see on this channel, and I hope to be able to fulfill those things for you. And with that being said, like, share, subscribe below, and I will see you in my next video.